Hello and welcome to the show. My name is Alex and this is TechFlow. Today I'm coming at you live from my hotel room. I want to give you guys my thoughts on the Xbox One X. Let's do this.
Are you ready? Are you ready?
I wanted to wait a couple of days before recording this video because unlike all the other YouTube tech reviewers who have come out straight away with my thoughts on the Xbox One X, I find that very hard to believe because the event has just happened. I don't know how you've had time to reflect yourself on what has happened and tell your audience about it. So I wanted to wait a few days, let everything settle down in my own brain, and then give you guys my honest thoughts. So now that 2 days has passed, I think I'm ready to tell you guys what I think. Let's start out with the boring parts first. Pricing and availability. So the Xbox One is going to be coming out on November the 7th, 2017 for, well, RRP $499 and $449 British pounds. So when the Xbox One X is available to the public, it will be the most expensive console money can buy, with the closest runner-up, the PS4 Pro, coming in at $399. So what's the extra $100 getting you? So inside this thing we've got a 6 teraflop GPU clocked at 1.172 GHz, along with that 12 gigs of GDDR5 RAM. Well, it's getting you a 4K gaming experience along with, well, Dolby Atmos. Right, so before I move on to my next point, I want to set you guys a little challenge. So go onto PC Part Picker's website and build me a PC and drop the link in the comment section down below of a PC, including Windows 10, that can game at 4K 60 FPS very comfortably, that's under $499 or £449. I think you'll find it'll be quite difficult. So before you complain about the price, think about what this thing is actually capable of. Now the jump to 4K is very impressive, but as well as it being impressive, it's also very expensive. Albeit 4K TVs have come down in price a lot in the last year and a half, and a lot of people still don't own them, including myself. I still have a 1080p TV in my bedroom, and I have no plans or means to upgrade it in the near future. So, if you don't have a 4K TV, what's the point in the Xbox One? I'm thinking to myself. Well, so it's obviously a powerful console, and it can't just pump out a high resolution. They also said that games that were previously running in 30 FPS on previous consoles like the Xbox One S will be running at 60 FPS quite easily on the Xbox One X. And games that were using a lower sampling rate on the Xbox One S will be running at a higher sampling rate on the Xbox One X. Games will also be upscaled too. So just because you don't have a 4K TV, it doesn't mean you won't feel the added benefit of upgrading from the Xbox One S to the X. Personally, I think that is absolutely brilliant. We're in a time zone right now where we are slowly transitioning from 1080p or even 720p to 2.7 or 4K. That is happening right now in 2017. So I'm really happy that Xbox have given us the opportunity to play games at 4K, but if we don't have a 4K TV, we're not going to not get any benefit out of the X. We're still going to get, you know, higher refresh rates, higher frame rates, and better sampling, textures, and upscaling. All of this awesome hardware is housed inside a matte black case, which personally I think looks absolutely gorgeous, much like the iPhone 7 right here in matte black. I think it's gorgeous. Throughout the keynote itself, Xbox made a massive deal about games, and I was pretty miffed off because I wanted to have more information about the console itself. They went over specs, but they didn't go over, does the Xbox One X have an external power brick, or can I still plug my satellite TV box into my Xbox One X, if anyone actually does that, but it's still interesting to know. Luckily, I managed to bag a private booth where I could actually hold the Xbox One X itself, take a full look around the console, get a feel for its weight and how it actually looks and feels in person. And I can confirm to you guys that if you go onto the website and look at the Xbox One S, turn it round and look at all of the ports on the back, look at all of those ports, it's exactly the same in the exact same location to the millimeter to the Xbox One X. The only noticeable difference between the S and the X is the colour and the weight. The Xbox One X is a lot heavier, and it makes it feel quite substantial. So there was over 40 games released at the Xbox One keynote, 22 of those being full-on exclusives to the Xbox One and Xbox One X. What you can see on screen right now is some actual 4K footage from Forza that I managed to capture at 4K 60 FPS via an Atmos Shogun. Yeah, look at that quality. I'm really excited for Middle-earth Shadow of War, as well as Sea of Thieves. That thing looks amazing. They also said that PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds is coming to the Xbox One too. Now, games that were released in the previous years, one of them being Gears of War 4, games like that will be releasing free 4K updates. So you can just update the game that you already own to take use of all the 4K textures. So those were all the things that stood out to me at the actual Xbox One X event itself. It was absolutely awesome attending, and I hope this video has sort of rounded everything up for you guys and you can make your own decisions as to whether you're going to be picking it up or not. And as usual, disclaimer, I am not part of Xbox, I'm not being paid to say anything, and I'm also not being biased to PlayStation at all. I own both consoles at home and I think they are both very capable machines. This is just a video of me telling you guys what I saw and what I thought at the event and what stood out to me the most. I think it's a really cool console, and for the hardcore gamers out there that want a game in 4K, I think it's really gonna hit home. If you want to leave me your dedicated thoughts on the Xbox One X itself, I'll drop a QT link in the description. I've got an Xbox One page set up on there so you guys can go ahead and let me know what you think about the Xbox One X itself right down there, guys. But for now, mine's been Alex, this has been TechFlow. We'll catch you in the next one.
Keep it on.